Hey, so I saw Brittany and Baby do this, and she got it from somewhere else, and it's just a huge giant tag thing. So pretty much anyone can do it. um, and it's the controversial parent issues, I guess. Normally my voice doesn't sound like this, but I don't feel good, so that's why I sound terrible and like a nasally horse. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started on all of these. The first topic is pro-life versus pro-choice. I am definitely pro-life, but I believe in some instances that you should be able to, but I don't think that you should just go have sex and then just get it done. Like, if you decided to lay down and bang the guy, be a woman and raise the baby. And I know some people, they'll be like, oh, what if it was rape and stuff like that? I think that's one of the cases where you really have to think about it. I know a lot of people who would say do the abortion because you don't want to see your rapist kid. But I know a lot of people also who think my baby didn't do anything wrong. My baby didn't ask for this. So why punish the baby? And I know people who go, oh, well, it's a woman's body and she should be allowed to do whatever she wants with it. But it's not your body. It's your child's body. I think abortion is murder. I'm sorry. And I've even had people say that it's not murder and that the baby's not an actual person, and they say that because, like, chicken eggs aren't a real chick, the ones that we eat, even though those are unfertilized, so it's like eating your period blood for girls. That's what it's like. Yeah. So, just so you're aware. The ones that we eat are not fertilized, so of course they're not babies. They just pop them out. Okay. Anyways, the next topic is baby wearing, which I guess is like having a sling or like a carrier for your baby. And I did that with Skylar for the first few months of his life when he wasn't like a 10,000 pound fatty kid. No, I'm just kidding. He's not that much. But no, I did wear him for a little bit. Not all the time, but I would like go on walks with him and have him right here. He would always go to sleep. That's how I would get him to sleep for a while. So I'm all for that. If you're not, then you're not. But I'm all for it. The next one is circumcision. Skylar is actually not circumcised, but my best friend got her son circumcised. I was going to get Skylar circumcised, but I was told that my insurance wouldn't cover it, and so he wasn't circumcised, and then by the time we went to the pediatrician, it was already too late. And the pediatrician said that there's really no point in having him circumcised. It doesn't really do anything. The whole UTI level thingy only lasts for like the first year, and it's only raised by like 1%. So there really is no medical need for him to be circumcised. It's basically all just for show and looks and how the penis looks. So, but I don't think circumcision's like a bad thing. If you want to get your son circumcised, go right on ahead. I wanted to get him circumcised until I found out that there was no medical need. And she said that he can get it done when he gets older if he wants to, like an adult. But I don't ever see that happening because that would be really bad and really painful. So now it's basically just up to him. If he wants to keep it, he can keep it. If he wants to cut it off, that's on him. The next topic is adoption. I totally am for adoption. If you know that you can't take care of your kid, then give it to someone who can. My half-brother and half-sister were put up for adoption, so I am actually impacted by it. And it was an open adoption, so they were able to keep in contact with us. I even got to meet them when I was 5, so that was pretty cool. And they stay with a really awesome family, so it's all worth it, even though I don't get to see them every day, and I didn't grow up with them. I still knew that I had a half-brother and half-sister, and they know about me, and they know about my family, and so I think adoption is a good thing if you know for sure that you can't take care of your child. The next is baby piercing. I was pierced when I was a baby. My ears were done. And at 5, I took them out because I lost the back of one. So, I guess I agree with it. If I have a girl, I don't know if I'll pierce her. Or, well, have her get her ears pierced. I don't know. I think that's all up to the parent, whatever they want to do. If they want to pierce their kids' ears, then pierce them. I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, if she's like 1 or 2 and wants to get it done, that's fine. Breast milk versus formula. I definitely did try to breastfeed, but it was extremely painful and it just wasn't working out. So I went to formula, but I definitely do want to try to breastfeed again for my next child whenever I have it. Breast milk is way better for your kid, but some people just can't do it. I think that everyone should at least try and not just be like, oh, nope, not happening. Unless they know for sure that they won't be able to. Like if they don't produce any milk at all, then of course they can't. But I think you should at least try for a little bit. And even if you can't, like, even if he won't nurse on you, you can still, like, pump and stuff like that. So you can still breastfeed, even if it's not actually, like, him on your boob. So, yes. Spanking. I believe in spanking, but I don't think that you should just, like, spank your kid for, like, any old thing. I think spanking should be, like, the last resort type thing. Like, if taking stuff away is not working, or timeout's not working, or grounding and stuff like that, then I think you should spank. I will do that. I will spank as a last resort. I will try other ways, but my last resort will be spanking. Not hard. Not saying leave bruises on your kid. Saying a light smack on the bottom or on the hand. So, yes. If you're leaving bruises, you probably should not spank your child. Actually, you probably shouldn't have your child if you're leaving bruises. Okay. Co-sleeping. Me and my mother did actually co-sleep with Skylar. He usually co-slept with her because I had school and it was easier for her to wake up with him than it was for me because I had to go to school. But I stopped co-sleeping after about 2 or 3 months because I didn't want him to get used to it because I heard that co-sleeping was terrible. But now I've actually heard that co-sleeping is really good and that it's not as bad as everyone thinks. So I don't know if I will co-sleep with my next child. I think that's all up to the parent. If you want your baby sleeping with you, go right on ahead. If you don't, that's what cribs are for. How home versus public versus private versus charter school. So I've never been to a private school ever, but it seems like it would suck. No offense, but it seems like it would suck having to wear uniforms and all that. I went to a public school where I had to wear uniforms. It was terrible. Hated it. Public school, I don't know because I know how bad it is. I guess it all depends on what school they go to. I went to 3 different high schools. 2 were pretty awesome. 1 sucked balls. That was the one where I had to wear a uniform. But the kids there were just, they were rude and so annoying. Like, I hated that school. I don't even talk to people from that school anymore. Unless they message me on Facebook, and then I don't want to be rude. But normally, I just don't talk to them. So, homeschooling seems really boring, in my opinion. So, she or he would probably do public school, but depending on where and what school and how the kids are and all of that. And charter school is basically like a smarter school, I think. I've heard of them, but I don't really know what they are. So if you could, like, comment below and tell me what they are, like what they really are, because I really don't know. I've heard of them. And they're either the better schools, like under a magnet school or something. I think they get more money because they're smart and they, like, only take in certain people, I think. I don't know. But I don't know enough about a charter school to actually, like, decide. Vaccinations. Skylar has been vaccinated. He is actually up to date on his vaccinations. I totally